Hello everyone and welcome to my first update video for the Holy Relic of Conviction, Servant of Arakali. Right, we are playing in the Legacy of Phrecia event and it is now currently day 2. I wanted to make a day 1 update video but things got a little bit busy so I couldn't do that. So let's give you a quick recap on how day 1 went for us. So we started off as the Shadow and we switched into Summon Raging Spirit at level 8. As expected, Acts 1 and 2 were pretty slow. That's because we are pathing from the Shadow to the Witch to get our minion nodes before the build starts to scale. But all of that changes in Act 3 once we finish our normal lab and unlock the Envy aura. So here is some footage of me killing Piety in Act 3 before the normal lab. So you can see the damage is, so-so, whatever. And then right after finishing normal lab, here's what Dominus looks like. You can see that the boss just absolutely melts once you get your power spike from normal lab. The campaign looked more or less like this. Alright, it was a very smooth campaign for me. Defensively, having no reservation for the Envy means you can use a defensive aura like Determination or Grace, so I felt a lot tankier than when I was testing the build for the League Start video, so that was nice. And offensively, I was missing a little bit of move speed from my boots and quicksilvers, but otherwise it was, it was good, clear, and strong single target damage. By the end of day 1, I had finished the campaign, I had done a couple of white maps, and then we had logged out at around level 80. Right, not bad for a first day start. And that brings us to day 2 of the league. So what's changed? What have I done? What have I been doing? Let's have a look. Alright, first of all, we are no longer level 80, we are now level 90. We've been doing some white and yellow maps. Open up the Atlas tree here, you can see the Atlas tree progression. I am 65 out of 115 maps complete, and if I go to my map tab, you'll see that I have tiers 1 through 10 mostly done. I'm missing a lot of tier 10s here. That's because map sustain is a little bit on the stingy side without the Atlas passives, but it's not a big problem, right? We're still racking up some Keurig missions, and then we are going to finish the yellow map completion soon. But, like I said, we are level 90. Let's have a look at the gear super quick. I ended up buying all of the items I recommended in the build guide. So we have the Honor Ohm here. That was like 1 chaos. Then we had Saffel's Frame. That was 2 chaos. And then we had Belt of the Deceiver, 1 chaos. And we doubled up on the Kikazarus because it was just that good. 1 chaos each. So all in all, everything you're seeing that I'm wearing right now is, net worth 10 chaos or less. In case you forgot why I am using the things I'm using, Honor Ohm gives you +2 to level of socketed gems. You want to put your Summon Raging Spirit into this 4-socket setup. Then you have Saffel's Frame for the max res and Ellie res. And then you have Kikazaru for the life regen and reduced effectiveness of Curse on you. Winterheart is just a random amulet I found. It has resist, dex, maximum life, a rare amulet here would do fine. Belt of the Deceiver, just some resistances, life, and also nearby enemies are intimidated. That means they take 10% increased damage from attacks, and I think your Summon Raging Spirits deal damage through attacks, so that's why we're using this belt. Right, then of course we just have a bunch of random rares. So this one's move speed, resists. This one is life and resists. And this one is also life, armor, and resist. Okay, nothing fancy here. For the wand, I actually found this in Act 2. It had the +1 to level of all fire spell skill gems on it, and that is good because our Summon Raging Spirit is a fire skill gem. So something I glossed over in the League Start guide, my bad on that guys, is the trigger a socketed spell when you use a skill with an 8-second cooldown. In this setup, you want to put your Desecrate and Flesh Offering skill gems. Right, Desecrate creates a bunch of corpses on the ground. You'll see this is a bunch of corpses when I cast the spell. And then when I cast the spell again, it's going to trigger Flesh Offering, which is going to buff all our minions with movement speed and cast speed. Okay, this helps your clear speed a lot. This craft is something you find the recipe for in Act 9. And let's see if I can show you here. It costs you 3 chaos, and it's a suffix you can put on your weapon, alright? So you want to make sure you're using this when you're still using Summon Raging Spirit. Right? It's going to help your clear speed out a lot. Alright, so let's exit out of there. So, before this portal times out, let me show you what Summon Raging Spirit looks like. So the map we are running is a level 77, I think that's tier 10. And I have it halfway completed here, so I can just kind of show to you what this looks like. So let's go kill the boss, or whatever we need to do here. So this is the clear, you summon your spirits, you run around, kill stuff, and then, okay, this one has a ritual here, which can be a little bit rippy. I'm just gonna run around it. All right, we do not do rituals on characters that aren't ready to do it. Like, look at this. All of this stuff would just kill me immediately. So where's the boss here? Okay, the boss is standing on the ritual. I'm gonna try and pull him out. Okay, so you put your holy totem down. You cast flame ability on it. Right, he just kind of doesn't want to follow me, so we're just gonna have to kill him. And you'll see that the single target is not at all shabby, even on a 3/4 link setup. Right, I'm gonna get out of the map super quick. I don't want to sit here and talk too much. So looking at the setup, we have Summon Raging Spirit, Unleash, Ruthless, and Melee Splash. So really, like, I don't even know, like, can you even call this a 4-link? Melee Splash is not contributing to your single target damage, just strictly for clears. So you can see the damage is really not that bad. This is what the passive skill tree looks like. It should be very similar to what I recommended in the League Start guide. A couple of minor changes we had is that we picked up a little bit more life clusters here instead of the aura reservation nodes over here. So I realized that I needed to do a little bit more defensive scaling with this build, so I ended up getting more life, and we got nomadic teachings over here that is +2 to all maximum elemental resistances. I have not anointed Sanctuary yet. I've been, lazy on that, but you can see my defenses. I have 82% all res. Chaos res is slightly above 0%. That's all you really need for yellow maps. And then for armor, we have 5k armor almost, which kind of sucks, honestly. The physical damage hurts, but it's fine for yellow maps. And we almost have 5k life in this setup, which is really nice. So, where does that bring us now? Well, I'm going to deposit these things here for a second. So I already have one of these. What the heck? Okay, we're going to sell this for elk shards. Right, let me just clear up my inventory super quick. Okay, so we've talked about gear, we've talked about passives, I've shown you what the build looks like. We now have a problem, and that problem is, if you go into the stash here, you'll see that I'm broke. I have 1 chaos, okay, I guess 1 divine is not that broke, but 1 divine is not enough to get the items that we need for this build. Specifically, the Covenant Spider Silk Robe and Azanath Gentle Touch, the gloves that I said you should get for this build. I don't know, everyone seems to be doing poison or chaos or some sort of build that scales off of those items, so they have been very expensive on day 1 and 2 of the league. I haven't checked the prices since I logged on, but on day 1, Covenant was about 1.5 divines, and then, like 12 hours later, it was like double the price. It's like 3 divines now. So I don't know when the prices will come down, but we cannot afford those items. And chances are, if you're following along, you probably can't afford it on day 1 as well. So what are we gonna do? Do we just quit the build, re-roll? Is this bait build? No, guys, we're gonna adapt. All right. I said in the League Start video, if the Covenant is too expensive, that we will be using a Tabula Rasa 6-link setup, right? So I have all of the items I need here to swap into Holy Relic of Conviction. So let's do that right now, right? So here's my Whalebone Rapier. I'm going to go to the crafting bench. What crafting bench? I'm going to use a Deafening Essence of Fear on it. Let's go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to hold Alt and hope that there is a suffix there. Alright, so there's an open suffix for me to craft attack speed with. So I'm going to go here, type in attack speed. Right, and you can see that I don't even have 2 chaos, but I will later. So when I do, I will craft attack speed onto this weapon, and that will be the weapon we're using for the build. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this on. And this is a 3-link red, green, green. That's where you're going to put your shield charge, your momentum support, and your faster attacks. Okay, so there is our weapon swap. Next, we want to put in our Tabula Rasa. Let's go ahead and get that. Right, and here we're going to put in our Summon Holy Relic of Conviction, our minion damage support, which I have not leveled up, sadly, Unbound Ailments support, Chance to Poison support, and then for the last 2 links, since we don't have the added chaos from the Covenant, just pick something you think adds damage. In this case, I'm going to go with Void Manipulation and Vile Toxins. Okay, and some of these have been leveled up and some of these haven't, and that's because my sockets are all over the place. So there is our Summon Holy Relic of Conviction 6-link setup. You'll see that it is level 20 and quality 20. Really important that you have at least level 18 and quality 14 of this gem before you make the swap. Otherwise, you're going to be in for a bad time, right? It's always important to level gems up before you swap into them. Right, and then we don't need Summon Raging Spirit anymore. I'll find a new helmet slot later, but for the demonstration, we're just going to move our Summon Stone Golem setup into the Honor Ohm over here. And then I'll check my resists. It's good enough to like test the map with. I do need to cap it later, probably by swapping out the helmet. Everything else should be the same. The only thing missing now is my Lancing Seal of Spraying setup. So let's see here. We don't need flammability for this. We don't need precision. I do need determination, so I gotta find a socket for that. But I'm going to try and make this a 4-link with the right sockets real quick. Okay, so there is the right sockets. Let's put in Lancing Seal of Spraying, Life Gain on Hit support, Returning Projectile support, and Withering Touch support. So that is how we're going to be triggering our Summon Holy Relic. I just need to find one slot for my Termination here. Okay, turns out, no, I don't. Once you swap into Holy Relic of Conviction, you don't need your Holy Flame Totem setup anymore, so I'm just going to put this in here for now, and then let's do a little bit of hotkey management. Okay, so I've got the hotkey set up. We'll summon our Stone Golem, and then we'll summon 3 of our Holy Relics of Conviction. I just forgot that I needed Joffrey's Crest helmet for this swap, guys. I'm cooked. I did not get my Joffrey's Crest, so just pretend that I have Joffrey's Crest on. Until then, we're just going to be running around with 2 Summon Holy Relics. You should have 3 once you swap your helmet. So my bad on that. Just been trying to get this video out more than anything. So we have 2 Summon Holy Relics right now. And then for our auras, we have Determination, we have Envy, we have Aspect of the Spider, and then we have Lancing Seal of Spraying to trigger stuff. So I have a map here. It is a Coral Ruins and a Divine Vessel to go alongside it. Let's put it in, and then we can go test out the build. And the reason for this is, as a viewer politely pointed out, our Pantheons, which we're using Soul of the Brine King and Soul of Relic for, to get that 100% chance to avoid being frozen, you actually need to kill the boss in the Coral Ruins map with the Divine Vessel in the map device. So that's why we're going to go do that right now. So let's see how this feels with my meme 2 Relic setup. Alright, so you can see here everything is feeling fine. Let's pick this up. Clear is okay. I'm just not going to level any of these for now. Single target is okay. Honestly, it's feeling so much better than the Summon Raging setup already, so I'm really happy about that. Alright, and this is a very scuffed transition, guys. This is not what I showed in the League Start video. This is just what we can afford day 2 into the League. I have so many plans on what to get later, starting with the Joffrey's Crest helmet for that extra Summon Holy Relic minion. So we're just going to run around, find the boss, and then I'm going to leave, because I think this demonstrates to you what the clear speed looks like. So the boss should be here in this direction. I'll put a portal down just in case, you never know. Hey, there's the boss. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. We are still a little bit squishy, so, you know, don't run in like a hero, like I did. Right here is one of the bosses. And let's get this guy down. So, this is kind of a bad boss to showcase damage in. He kind of recovers a lot of HP, but even then, he's dying pretty fast. Alright, and he's dead. So if I go back to town, and then I open up my map device, we should have the filled vessel here. And then I take this vessel, and then I eat it. So we'll eat it. And you'll see here that we've unlocked our 100% chance to avoid being frozen Major Pantheon. Okay, so there is the swap done. We haven't swapped our passives around. There's a lot of stuff on the tree that you don't need once you swap into Summon Holy Relic. Specifically, Ravenous Horde is not necessary. We probably don't need the survival nodes here. We don't need to keep our SRS alive. And then also, you don't need minion accuracy anymore, so stop using precision, spec out of these minion accuracy nodes. So I'll be doing that and posting that on the POB as soon as possible. All right, I'll probably include the before and after path to buildings in the video description below. But that's what the build looks like at level 90 with a very, very scuffed budget setup. Everything here is like, I don't know, 30 chaos or less. I was surprised with how inexpensive the transfigured gems were. So I found Summon Holy Relic of Conviction in lab, and then I bought Lancing Steel of Spraying for like 2 chaos. Right? So these were very cheap. Don't know why. Don't care. And we could use all the help we can get. So I'll look in the stash. You'll see here that I have a bunch of jewels here. I have a bunch of relics collecting. I don't know, anything else? Oh, Chaos Recipe. This is how we've made most of our money for the build so far. We've been doing Chaos Recipes while we map. So here's the Chaos Recipe tab. And then, yeah, that's really it. In terms of mechanics, I've been focusing on Betrayal. So if I show you my investigation board here, you'll see that Katarina is almost ready to go. All right, we're trying to get that lucky Veiled Orb jackpot to drop, right? And also we've been collecting heist uh, contracts and blueprints. So you'll see here that I have quite a few blueprints ready to go, as well as a bunch of contracts. So I'll be doing some heist because I know that is a guaranteed loot tile mechanic that will give us some currency in this weird time where no one has an Atlas passive tree and don't know how the heck they make money. So it's probably going to be a day or two of just going ham with the farms. So that's my progress. Day 2 into the league. We'll do a slash played. You can see here that I've played for 1 day, 23 minutes, 29 seconds. I have died a few times, so we'll do a quick slash deaths. I've died 3 times. So I remember when I died. I died to Betrayal once in a yellow map. I got one shot by Uber Azaro the first time I ran a lab. I just ate a slam that I shouldn't have. And then the third time I died was probably Betrayal again. Alright, Betrayal can be pretty rippy, so make sure you're not trying to level. You know, that's why I'm level 90. I kind of stopped here to take a breath and farm out some currency instead of continuing to level up. Hope you guys are having a good league start with whatever build you've decided to play. Let me know how it's going. I know not everyone is playing, Holy Relic of Conviction. So if you're playing this build, let me know how it feels. And if you're not, well, tell me how your league start's going, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon, maybe in like a day or two with another update video. Bye!